Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, born in 1869 in Porbandar, India, was a seemingly ordinary child. He was born into a devout Hindu family, where religion was a way of life, and principles were not just taught, but lived. His mother, a deeply spiritual woman, practiced truthfulness and non-violence, known as ahimsa. Young Gandhi, observant and impressionable, watched his mother live these virtues daily. He saw her fast for days on end, praying for her family, and he watched her treat everyone, from the highest to the lowest caste, with respect and kindness. Truthfulness, non-violence, respect for all life, and a sense of duty became deeply ingrained in him. Little did he know then, these principles would become the cornerstone of his life's work and the beacon of hope for millions. These values, instilled in his childhood, would become the guiding principles of his life. As a teenager, Gandhi was known for his shyness, but also his strong sense of right and wrong. This moral compass would guide him from his humble beginnings in India to the bustling streets of London, where he set out to study law. It was a time of transformation, a time when the quiet, introspective youth was exposed to a world beyond his own. In the heart of the British Empire, Gandhi faced something he hadn't experienced before: racism. It was a bitter taste of the prejudice that existed in the world, a stark contrast to his own deeply ingrained values of truth and non-violence. This encounter with racism wasn't just an eye-opening experience for the young law student. It was a spark that ignited a flame within him, a flame that would eventually grow into a beacon of hope for millions. This experience planted the seeds of his lifelong fight for equality. Gandhi's life took a pivotal turn in South Africa. It was here, far from his homeland, that the seeds of his philosophy of satyagraha, or soul force, were sown. Imagine Gandhi, a young barrister, navigating the harsh realities of racial segregation, the sting of discrimination, the weight of unjust laws. It was an environment that would have broken many. Yet, for Gandhi, it became a crucible of transformation. In response to the injustices he and his fellow Indians faced, Gandhi began to formulate his philosophy of satyagraha. It was a revolutionary concept, a form of non-violent resistance rooted in the principles of truth and justice. Satyagraha wasn't just about passive resistance. It was a call to active yet peaceful defiance of unjust laws. It was a commitment to bear the consequences of such defiance with dignity. Gandhi organized boycotts against discriminatory laws, led strikes, and staged peaceful protests. He faced arrests, endured hardships, yet never wavered from his path of nonviolence. In doing so, he not only challenged the racial segregation that was rampant in South Africa, but he also ignited a spark of hope and resilience in the hearts of oppressed Indians living there. Through boycotts, strikes, and peaceful protests, Gandhi challenged racial segregation and fought for the rights of Indians living under British rule. His philosophy of satyagraha, born out of the struggles in South Africa, would later become a beacon of hope in India's fight for independence. Returning to India in 1915, Gandhi became the face of the nationalist movement. Embracing his homeland, he traded his Western attire for a simple homespun dhoti, embodying the essence of a humble Indian peasant. His transformation, however, was more than just physical. Gandhi's heart pulsed with the rhythm of the Indian masses, their struggles becoming his own. The British Raj, with its oppressive policies, had been grinding down the Indian spirit for far too long. Gandhi, armed with his philosophy of satyagraha, became a beacon of hope. His first major challenge? The Rowlatt Act of 1919, an oppressive piece of legislation that allowed the British to imprison Indians without trial. Gandhi's response was the non-cooperation movement, a call for Indians to boycott British goods and institutions, a peaceful rebellion that shook the very foundation of the British Empire. But it was the Salt March of 1930 that truly epitomized Gandhi's genius. A 240-mile trek to the Arabian Sea, the Salt March was a protest against the British monopoly on salt. Thousands of Indians followed Gandhi on this journey, their footsteps echoing the rhythm of freedom. Upon reaching the sea, Gandhi picked up a handful of salt, a simple act that was, in essence, a powerful symbol of defiance against the British rule. Yet Gandhi's fight was not just against the British. He also battled the social ills plaguing India. His vision of Swaraj, or self-rule, was not merely political independence, but also social and economic self-reliance. He encouraged Indians to spin their own cloth, a symbolic act that empowered the masses and promoted self-sufficiency. Gandhi also championed religious tolerance, a critical message in a nation as diverse as India. He believed in the unity of all religions and worked tirelessly to promote peace and harmony. His message of self-reliance and religious tolerance resonated deeply with the Indian people. Gandhi's peaceful revolution was not just a fight for independence, it was a fight for the soul of India, a fight to reclaim its dignity and identity. Gandhi's path was not without challenges. As his influence grew, so did the scrutiny he faced from both his supporters and detractors. His ideals, though revolutionary, were not universally accepted. One of the most significant controversies revolved around his stance on the partition of India. Gandhi, a staunch advocate of unity and harmony, vehemently opposed the partition, believing that Hindus and Muslims could coexist peacefully. However, his views were not shared by all. The decision to split India and create a separate nation, Pakistan, sparked intense debate and even hostility towards Gandhi. Furthermore, Gandhi's views on the caste system also drew criticism. He advocated for the upliftment of the lower castes, whom he affectionately called Harijans, or God's children. Yet, he was also against the complete abolition of the caste system, believing instead in reforming it. This perspective was met with resistance, particularly from the Dalits, who suffered most under the caste hierarchy. Despite these controversies, Gandhi remained steadfast in his commitment to non-violence, or ahimsa. He continued to champion peaceful resistance, even in the face of severe adversity. His leadership, though marked by complexities, brought together a nation divided by religion, caste, and class. His ability to galvanize millions towards a common cause was a testament to his charisma and conviction. However, his unwavering commitment to non-violence and his ability to unite a diverse nation remain unmatched. On January 30th, 1948, a violent act tragically cut short Gandhi's life. But his spirit, his teachings, his philosophy, these could not be extinguished. Instead, they ignited a flame that continues to burn brightly in the hearts of millions around the world. Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy of satyagraha, the force of truth and non-violence, has been a beacon of hope and resistance for countless freedom movements. It was the sole force that dismantled the mighty British Empire and brought independence to India. But its influence didn't stop at the borders of the Indian subcontinent. From the civil rights movement in the United States to the fight against apartheid in South Africa, the echoes of satyagraha can be heard. Leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. and Nelson Mandela drew inspiration from Gandhi's teachings, applying the principles of non-violent resistance to their own struggles for justice and equality. Gandhi's legacy is not confined to history books or academic discussions. It is alive and thriving in the actions of individuals who choose love over hate, peace over violence, and truth over falsehood. It is visible in the efforts of those who strive for a more just and compassionate world. As we navigate the complexities of our modern world, Gandhi's teachings remain as relevant as ever. They remind us that change begins with the individual, that strength lies in unity, and that the power of truth is invincible. His philosophy of satyagraha inspired freedom movements across the globe and continues to be a powerful tool for social change. Mahatma Gandhi's life may have ended, but his influence did not. His spirit, embodied in his philosophy of satyagraha, continues to reverberate around the globe, inspiring countless movements for civil rights and social change. From the civil rights movement in America to the fight against apartheid in South Africa, Gandhi's principles of truth, non-violence, and civil disobedience have left an indelible mark. His tenets of simplicity and self-reliance continue to resonate today, urging us to live sustainably and mindfully. His belief in religious tolerance is a clarion call in our increasingly polarized world, reminding us of the strength in unity and the power of peace. And his unwavering commitment to justice serves as a timeless reminder that change is always possible, even in the face of daunting adversity. In the fight for freedom and justice, the soul force of Mahatma Gandhi continues to be a beacon of hope.